we are live. So please tell us your name, your age, and where you're from.
I am Victoria, though on stream I'm called Coco or Cup of Coco. I am 21 years old, but I'm turning 22 on October 20th, and I live in Florida of the United States.
And how long have you been streaming for?
I've been streaming for about 3 years now.
And how many followers do you have, and how many viewers on average on your streams?
For followers, I have 10,700, and I average 20 to 30 viewers per stream, typically.
Are you satisfied with those numbers? And if not,
Right now,
go ahead.
right now I am, but I would like to eventually reach Twitch partner. So eventually it's something I want to work towards, but right now I'm chilling. I'm enjoying it.
And if you were to keep growing, how big of a streamer would you like to be?
Around 100, 200 viewers would probably be about what I'm looking for.
And how long do you think it will take to reach that? How long does it take for a streamer to become successful?
I think there isn't a set time because every streamer is different. There's different factors that influence it. For me, I think I could probably reach it next year or the year after, so 1 to 2 years. But every streamer is different. Some get it within a month of them streaming. Some people, it takes them 5 years. So it really depends on what the streamer does, how consistent they are, whether they're posting on social media and things like that.
Are you posting on social media?
Yes, I post on my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, and YouTube.
And do you also take time to edit your videos? And if yes,
Yes.
how long does it usually take you? And do you consider it a chore?
I don't consider it a chore. I love editing videos. I think it's a lot of fun to add my own twist to things, try to make it as funny and entertaining and engaging as possible. I would say on average, if it's like a 30-minute video, probably like 1 to 2 hours to edit, at most 3 hours. But if it's like a short clip, it only takes you like 30 minutes. Maybe an hour if it's like a very like complicated clip, but I love editing. It's my favorite thing to do after streaming.
And what do you hope to accomplish from streaming?
I want to eventually become financially stable. I have a guy that I love a lot, and I want to move in with him. So I'm hoping that with streaming, I'll be able to do that. Besides that, though, I really want to grow a fun community, just make a lot of memories, have a lot of fun videos out there for the world to see. Just want to express myself and be myself, really.
Do you consider streaming to be a job, a hobby, a passion, or a project?
I think it's all four, honestly, because there's a lot of things that go into it. Because you do, like, if you want to have a good mental, you kind of have to see it as a hobby. Because if you see it as a job, it's okay to see it as a job so that you're more professional about it and you're more inclined to make smart business decisions. But if you see it like a job too much, you're going to get burnt out because you're going to not enjoy it as much. I feel like it's a project because it's something that you have to put a lot of time and effort into. It's a hobby because it's typically something you enjoy doing, such as playing video games. It's a job because you can get income off of it, and it's also something that you should try to maintain consistency with. And it's a passion because it should be something that you enjoy and just genuinely love to do, regardless of the results or the outcomes that you get from it.
And what is your current streaming schedule?
I stream every single day at 8 p.m. EST.
And usually, how long do your streams last?
On average, 4 hours. Lately, it's been a lot more, but bare minimum, I stream 4 hours a day.
And why that schedule?
I just like to stream, and I stream a lot. I just stream every single day because I just love streaming. I don't like not streaming. Because if I'm not streaming, I'm just playing games. So it's like if I'm playing games, I might as well stream anyway. So that's why. And I just stream at night because I feel like I get a lot more people at night compared to when it's the afternoon.
And do you have a day job?
I used to work at a daycare for my mom, but I don't have one right now because it was getting too stressful. So right now streaming is my job.
Are there any instances where you feel you should have started streaming sooner?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like if I started streaming when the VTubing was at its peak and when it was just first starting out, I probably would have gotten a lot further than I am now, but I don't mind it.
And you're a VTuber. To somebody who isn't familiar with that concept, how would you introduce it?
I would tell them that typically VTubing involves using an animated avatar, and that avatar will track your face motions, your body movements, and it's used as a personification and a representation of who you are, essentially, because that's what people will see when they enter the stream. I would say it's just like a subcategory of streaming.
And what do you think the appeal is of that subcategory, both for the streamer and for the viewer?
Honestly, I think it's all about the culture because there's a lot of different VTubers, there's a lot of different designs, just a lot of fans too. Like, I think it's an amazing thing because it allows people to be comfortable in their own skin without feeling like they have to show their face. And you see a lot of like memes being made, a lot of collaboration happening. You see a lot of creativity and a lot of designs being made. So I think it's awesome.
Do you also sometimes use your camera?
Yes, sometimes I use my camera and I show my real face.
Some YouTubers do use a camera, some don't. Why do you think what do you think is better? Cam or no cam, and why?
Honestly, I don't think either is better because it's really up to the person. Now, if I had to pick one, I feel like people are more inclined towards a VTuber. Actually, no. I'm going to take that back. I think people are more inclined to if you use your real cam. And the reason why I say that is because I've heard people say that the reason why they don't like VTubers is because it feels impersonal. Because it's not like you're showing your real face, it's an avatar. So it turns people off because it's like, oh, I'm not really interacting with the person, I'm interacting with the avatar itself. So I would say that cam is definitely a lot better, and you'll notice it's reflected in the top streamers such as XQC. He uses a cam and he like usually gets like the most viewers, so on and so forth. So that's why I say that.
Is there anything hindering you from being more successful as a streamer? Perhaps something you would like to change?
Personally, I think I just need to get more consistent with uploading. I feel like I don't upload as much as I should, and that's kind of hindering my growth. So I think that once I get that done, and also I'm usually a solo streamer, and I feel like when it comes to streaming, you want to collaborate a lot. So I think the fact that I don't collab as much as I should is why I'm not growing as much as I probably could. So I'm definitely going to look into collaborating with people more to make that easier.
And do you think having co-op games and playing them on stream is more helpful, more entertaining to your viewers?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of interactivity and a lot of fun moments. A lot more fun moments than if you're playing by yourself when you play with others.
And having streamed for 3 years, do you feel comfortable streaming?
Yes, I love streaming. It's my favorite thing.
Have you always been comfortable doing it?
In the beginning, I was very shy, so I wasn't as comfortable. But now I've really grown into it.
Would you consider yourself an introvert?
Yes, I'm definitely in real life. I'm introverted, but online I'm very extroverted.
And how did you get over the shyness in the beginning?
Just letting myself talk to people, realizing that they're not as scary as I make them out to be, that they're human beings just like I am, and that they have their own lives. That is fun to learn. So once I kind of like got through, it was really the reason why I was so shy was because I was insecure. I was afraid people wouldn't like me, they wouldn't like my voice. So after I got comfortable in my skin and I realized that, hey, you know, maybe I can be entertaining, or maybe people will like me for who I am. That really helped me to like feel comfortable in my skin.
Are there any insecurities left that you feel as a streamer?
I guess the only thing I would say I'm insecure about is that I feel like I could be further than I am now. So I would say that's an insecurity of mine, because it's like, oh, you have this many followers, so why don't you have as much viewers? So I would say that's an insecurity, but it's not like a huge one or anything that like stops me from doing what I love to do.
Mhm. Approximately how much time off stream do you invest in thinking about streaming?
I wouldn't say that much. Typically, if I'm thinking about streaming, I just go ahead and stream. So,
And when you stream, do you keep an eye on how many viewers you currently have? Does it motivate you?
not really. I would recommend to any streamer to not put your view count up because it can be demoralizing, especially if you see people leaving while you stream. It can be like, oh, why did they leave? Did I say something? So I will peek at it every once in a while, but I don't leave it up.
Let me ask you this. If you could give up streaming to live a successful life, would you do it?
Probably not. I just love streaming. I don't really stream for the money. Like, of course, the money is good, and I'm grateful. I have such a generous and awesome community. But I stream more because I just love talking to people. I stream because I love video games. I stream because I love being able to express myself as a VTuber, but also because I feel like it motivates me to want to like take care of myself, have proper hygiene. Because I love when people compliment me, like when I'm using like my real face and such too. So I don't think I would give up streaming because it's like my favorite thing ever. I can't see myself doing anything. Well, I can't see myself doing other things than streaming, but I would rather not.
What is the important thing to you about maintaining a community?
Just making sure that my community feels safe for people, it feels welcoming, that the people in the community are, good people. I don't want people who are, racist or transphobic, homophobic, or rude or toxic. So just making sure everyone feels safe, comfortable, can be themselves, can express themselves. That's what I say is best.
And what sort of setup do you have in the terms of do you have PC or laptop? And how many screens do you have?
I have a PC and I have 2 monitors.
And is it like on one monitor you have your game and on the other you have your chat?
Yes, exactly.
What do you think your main appeal is as a Twitch streamer?
I would just say my personality. I think I don't want to like hype myself out, so I won't. But I've had a lot of people say that they have a lot of fun, that they laugh a lot, or that they feel like it's very welcoming or safe, or that they can like talk to me. So I would say that. Also, my voice. A lot of people say that they like my voice. I feel like that kind of attracts people. And my design. I think a lot of people like my design too. I would say personality, voice, design.
If you could add anything to that appeal, what would it be?
I would just want people to kind of see me for who I am. I would want people to like say nice things like, oh, I think she's a nice person, or I think she's smart, I think she's funny, things like that.
And what games do you stream and why those types of games?
So typically I will stream gacha games, shooter games, or roguelikes, or asymmetrical games. The reason why I like those games is they're very fun to me, they're engaging, they're stimulating. For me, my biggest thing is I need to have something that I can enjoy and pour myself into and get lost in. And those games are typically very fun. I will play those games because they have good graphics, they have good mechanics, good gameplay, and especially if I can play them with other people, I think that makes it more fun too.
Is it ever challenging to split your attention between playing a game and responding to chat?
Only if I'm playing with other people. If I'm playing with other people, I struggle, but if I'm playing by myself, I never struggle.
What do you think the formula of success is for streaming? What must one do to be successful?
I would say they have to be consistent. They have to be on top of uploading on multiple platforms. If you don't upload to multiple social media, you are killing your stream. Not many, you can technically succeed without doing that, but especially as a new streamer, it is very unlikely. You'll have like a 1% chance of success if you're not uploading, putting yourself out there, giving people a chance to see you for who you are, giving people a chance to see your personality shine. So I would say that you want to make sure that you're consistent on streaming and you're also consistent on uploading to other platforms and you're collaborating. So the three keys to success, or like the formula, would be 1, consistency, 2, uploading to multiple platforms, 3, collaboration.
Let me ask you more about uploading to multiple platforms. What type of content should I produce? What should it contain to attract viewers?
It should pretty much just contain you. So like clips or videos of your content. Edited would be better, but you can just upload it. Sometimes I'll just upload a clip without like any editing whatsoever. But just giving people a chance to see you for who you are, because that's what social media is good for. It's good for branching out, getting more platforms, gives more eyes to your content, and gives people more avenues and more ways to access what you are and what you do. So you will want to just show anything that will like give people an idea of who you are, so they have like an interest in you, and so that they are more willing to go to your stream.
Would you advise other people to take up streaming? Why or why not?
I would. I think it's fun. I think it's like low skill entry, so anyone can literally do it as long as you have a computer or like a device that will allow you to. And you have, of course, you can stream without a mic, but it's of course preferred to use a mic. As long as you have those things, you can stream. You can do whatever you put your mind to. So I would say, why not? Even if you don't want to make it a job, even if you do it as a hobby, you stream 1 hour a day. It's like, why not? You can get extra money, you can have fun, you can play the games you were going to play anyway. Like, why not? You know?
Yeah. And the people who are considering taking up streaming, would you tell them that streaming is easy or hard?
I would say it's a mix of both. I would say getting into streaming is easy. Being successful as a streamer is what's hard, because anyone can stream, but not anyone can be a good streamer or a successful streamer.
And
Yes.
I guess I asked you, what key advice would you give to new aspiring streamers if there was like one most important thing for them to know?
Consistency.
Consistency.
Just make sure you're consistent.
And what questions would you ask a highly successful streamer if you could? What sort of wisdom do you think they could share with you that others couldn't?
If I had a chance, I would definitely want to ask XQC, like what he thinks helped him to stream, what are things he likes and doesn't like about streaming, and things that he thinks that streamers should avoid so that they can like continue to make the best content that they can, and so that they can continue to grow.
Let me ask you one of those questions. What do you like most about streaming, and what do you like least?
What I love about streaming is definitely the community. Of course, the monetary aspects of it are amazing, because I've been able to like be financially stable off of it. So huge thank you to my community for that. I love being able to play games. I love being able to express myself and just have people see me for me. Things I dislike is people who tend to be creepy or rude or toxic, or if they're like too parasocial, which I haven't really had that much experience where people are too parasocial, but it can definitely be a little scary. Another thing I would say I dislike is how competitive it can get, and how like it's very easy to get jealous. I think that's a huge thing I dislike, because when you see other people or friends who are successful and you're not, it can definitely hurt, especially because streaming is like you, right? So when that happens, it can feel like, oh, I failed because people don't like me. So I would say those things.
Do you take any steps to not take things personally, to not feel envious?
Yeah, I definitely just focus on myself. Instead of spending energy being jealous, I'm just like, you know what? No. It's better to focus on myself, focus on being the best I can be, focus on my content. So that's what I do.
And the viewers that come to your streams and to streams of other people, what do you think the most important thing to them is about your stream? What is the appeal?
Just being able to be themselves, feel welcome, feel safe, and be able to have like a good interaction between me and them, or them and I. Just being able to like have that back and forth, so it feels like genuine and it feels like a connection.
So would you say that they're not coming for a specific game or for your skills as a gamer?
I would say it's a mix of both, but I feel like people definitely come more for me than they do the game because that's what people tend to tell me.
Do you have any stories of overcoming difficulties and succeeding in streaming?
One difficulty I had was how jealous I would get to the point that I literally had to quit because I burnt out because I would be like, why is it that these people who do like what I do or even do less than what I do, why do they feel more successful than me? And because of that, I got very envious, very jealous. But what I did to overcome it was I took a step back, reflected, and I was like, you know what? Instead of being jealous for them, I should be happy. I should be happy that they're successful because the fact that they're able to do it means that I can too. So because I was able to like take that step back, reflect, focus on myself instead of focusing on how well they're doing, focus instead on what I'm doing well and what I could do better, I was able to overcome that jealousy. And I feel like it's definitely reflected because I've grown a lot once I started having that approach and having that mentality.
Do you have an ideal age group for your audience? And if yes, why?
Personally, 18 or above because my humor is very lewd. I do have minors in the community, but I don't like talk to them in any sort of way. I would prefer people to be adults because I feel like when you're an adult, you can understand the humor more and it's a lot funnier and a lot less weird to people that way.
If you were in charge of Twitch, what would you change about streaming?
Oh, a lot. Streaming itself, I wouldn't change anything about streaming itself, but I would change the platform. For example, I would make like a section where people can discover your clips. Sort of like how TikTok has a For You page, I would make that. I don't know why they haven't made that yet, but make it so it's a lot easier to be discovered, a lot easier to network with people. And also, I would give a higher split for people instead of making it 50-50 because that's been something that's been complained about. Give more emote slots because that's a huge selling point for why people will want to subscribe. There's just a lot I would change about the platform itself.
What are your preferable topics of discussion when you're streaming, and what topics do you prefer to entertain from your community?
Anything really. I don't have any preference really, but anything about gaming, anything like personal, like funny, like when it comes to life, like food, animals, things like that I like to talk about.
And
Just general topics.
okay.
Sorry.
And if you could stream whatever games you wanted and still gain the same viewership and following, would you play many games, a few, or just one?
Mini games. I feel like I kind of already do that.
And if you could no longer play any games, would you still stream? Find something else to stream about?
Yeah, I would just do just chatting streams at that point.
Have you ever had any negative streaming experience which changed you long term?
No, I've had experiences like people being racist, misogynistic, or just in general being toxic, but they never affect me in the long run because I never let anyone like affect me in that way.
And if users told you that they like your streams, but later you find them elsewhere on somebody else's stream, or they tell you that they're busy and cannot watch your streams, how would it make you feel?
I wouldn't feel anything. Like, I wouldn't feel happy or sad. I understand that life happens. Sometimes people just don't want to watch your stream anymore. Sometimes they have things they have to do. And that's okay. I just keep it pushing because I know I will, like, just like they might find other streamers, I'll find other people to watch me. So it's just like, I understand it's like a relationship and it's give and take. And sometimes people just don't want to anymore or they can't anymore. And that's fine. I just never focus on it. And I just focus on myself instead and like my current community instead.
Mm. Do you feel that the individual nature of streaming can potentially harm society? Why or why not?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with streaming. The only issues I might have with streaming is how toxic it can get and specifically how parasocial it can get That's the scary part about streaming. But I don't think there's anything negative really it could bring to society besides like that parasocialism.
Do you think quality or quantity is more important to you as a streamer?
Definitely quality. I want to be bringing out the best streams that I possibly can.
And if you could advertise your channel anywhere, where would you do it?
Probably YouTube. I think YouTube is the best place to advertise. YouTube or TikTok, one of those two, but specifically YouTube.
And if you could stream shorter or longer without any changes to your desired trajectory, what would you do?
Definitely longer.
Okay. Has streaming negatively impacted your life in any way?
No, I don't think it's affected me at all, really. If anything, I feel like it's enhanced my life because I met a lot of new people through it that I never would have met, like my future boyfriend, a lot of close friends, and so on and so forth. So it's actually enhanced, it hasn't taken away.
And if you were uncancelable, are there any things you would say to people that you feel otherwise would land you in trouble?
I feel like a lot of people are too sensitive and also drama hungry. Attention blinks, if you know what I mean. I feel like there's a lot of people who will blow up issues just because they know it will generate clicks and they will negatively impact other people's lives for the thrill of it, for the fun of it. Personally, I think that shit is abhorrent and disgusting and vile. So I would tell people to cut that shit out and fuck off. I would like name them. If I could like name people, if I were being canceled, I fucking would. But I'm sorry for my language.
That's fine. If you could change the way Twitch places channel on the front page or how users are searched, how would you do it?
I would let it be randomized or have a requirement for people to, like they would have to apply and reach certain requirements. I would do a lot more like themed front pages, like VTubers, people who speak Spanish, people who speak English, like people who speak specific languages. Just make it more fair because right now the way it works, I don't think it's fair at all. But give everyone a chance to be on the front page.
And how do you feel about donations and monetary contributions to your channel as a whole?
Oh, I think they're amazing, and I will always appreciate it if anyone ever does it. I will always say thank you.
How do you feel about revisiting old content?
I don't mind it. I typically don't because I prefer to just like keep it pushing, keep it fresh and new. But sometimes I'll go back to old content just because.
Is there anything you avoid doing as a streamer because it isn't your strength?
Not really. I will do anything and everything, really.
And if your channel was immediately beyond successful, what changes do you think you would make and why?
Just uploading to more social media and being more consistent and trying to network. I think networking specifically is what I would focus on to get more exposure, meet new people, so on and so forth.
How do you feel about being in a position of authority as a streamer? Does the responsibility bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me at all.
And if you could do anything with whatever authority you gain from streaming, what would it be?
There's nothing I would really do. I understand I'm in a specific position, and it's not something I would want to abuse or like take advantage of. I just want people to have a good time, and I want to use my platform responsibly. So that's just what I would do. I would use it responsibly. I use it to advocate for things like mental health or social crises or issues that I have in mind, but that's about it.
And if you could choose a place to communicate with your community, where would it be and why?
Discord. I think Discord is the best. It's easiest to talk to people.
Has your community ever made you want to stream less or stop streaming at all?
No, never. They motivate me, if anything. They motivate me.
What scares you most about approving the wrong people for moderation?
Just that they can abuse their power and make people in the community feel unsafe. So I'm very careful with who I have as a moderator because of that.
And provided the opportunity, what are some of the things you would want to inform your audience of to make the world a better place?
To be kind to others, especially. I feel like there's just not enough kindness. Everyone just wants to go after each other, go at each other's throats instead of like taking the time to stop and think and understand that sometimes people say the wrong things without meaning to. I would tell them, have an open mind, have an open heart. Of course, keep yourself safe and guard your heart, but don't jump to conclusions. Give people a chance to explain themselves. Because if you jump to conclusions, it's just horrible for everybody. So be kind, be open, be caring, be more aware of what's going on in your life. Try to donate to charities if you can, things like that.
And if money was no object, what type of community event would you want to host?
I would definitely love to make a con or just have a meetup with people. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Were there any pressures you faced from your fellow streamers?
No, I never really faced any pressure. It's just the pressure to keep up with them and like be a bigger streamer, really.
If you suddenly had $1 million, would that change your life and would that affect your streaming?
Yes, it would definitely change my life. It would affect my streaming because I would have more opportunities to advertise. I could hire editors so that I can focus more on streaming. So that would help me grow a lot. I would be able to commission a bunch of different VTuber model artists. I could, commission a lot of art. It would definitely change my life for the better.
And is there one thing in your life that you feel really fortunate to have? Something you feel lucky that you have?
I'm lucky to have Subtile. He's a guy I love a lot. But also my family, loved ones, my cat, my community, streaming, those things.
All right. I have ran out of questions. This has been a short interview, but it has been great. Thank you so much for coming.
Of course, thank you. I really enjoyed the questions, and I also really like your voice. I think I said that, but...
No. Thank you, I appreciate it.